is Monday, September the 8th, and it's a regularly scheduled meeting of finance. I assume we'll be joined by a few other committee members, but all we're doing tonight is making money, accepting money, so I think it should be an easy night. So present at the start of the meeting is Counselor Greenberg, Counselor Mickley, just welcomed his, I think it's his fourth child, right, to the family, just yesterday. So obviously he's tied up this evening. I don't know if anyone else entered the name the baby contest because she's yet to be named. And I threw out a couple of names, so I think we should all try and at least participate a little bit. Council Malachi from Ward 3, Gentile from Ward 4. I don't see Council Humphrey yet. Council Bixby is here from Ward 6, Council Grossman from Ward 7, and I don't see Council Lipoff. Anyway, the first item tonight is 253-25. Her Honor the Mayor requesting us to accept and expend a grant, the sum of $23,400 from the Executive Office of Public Safety and Security's Office of Grants and Research to cover the cost of expert case review and reporting of emergency medical dispatch calls. I know we've done this, accepted this in the past. Officer Dowling, I believe you're here for this.
Yes, sir.
Go right ahead, please.
So the state mandates that we do 10% review of the EMD calls that we do every year. And basically, when you call 911, the dispatch will go through an interrogation, if you will, ask you a series of questions, and that generates a code. The code generates a response. And there's a series of questions that are asked. We use priority dispatch. They're in 18 different countries. They're all over the United States as well. They're backed by attorneys, doctors. They're constantly upgrading and updating medical protocols. So the state has mandated that we do 10% review of those calls. It's about 1,000 medicals a year for us. Actually, strike that. It's close to 10,000. We review about 1,000. And this makes sure that the dispatchers are asking the proper questions, given post-dispatch instructions. We've seen a remarkable increase in the quality of what the dispatchers are doing. It's an independent review by priority dispatch. And we used it last year. We've had a lot of success with it. We've used a couple other vendors and have not had such great success. So the police department would appreciate you accepting this grant so we can continue to do the good work that the dispatchers do. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions from committee members? We've been joined by Council Humphrey, so we have 6 now. Any questions? If not, as I say, we've accepted this before. Can I get a motion from someone? All right, Council Malachi moves approval. All right, seeing no questions, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions? Okay, the motion passes 6-0. Thank you.
Thank you.
257-25. Her Honor the Mayor requesting the acceptance of a grant of rectangular rapid flashing beacons for the Vulnerable Road User Assessment Program of the Massachusetts Department of Transportation. Jen, I assume that you're here for this? Oh,
I am
Donna, you are?
Gentile.
Both of you?
Yes.
Okay, all right, Commissioner, why don't you lead it off?
Did you want to do both the grants together? They both have components of the RRFBs.
You mean 257 and 255?
Yes.
Sounds fine to me. Let me just read 255 into the record.
Thank you.
Again, it's another request to accept and expend a grant. This one is in the sum of $378,505.60 from the Boston Metropolitan's Organization Federal Fiscal Year Community Connections Program to purchase bicycle racks, bike shelters, and the installation of rectangular rapid flashing beacons. All of my favorite things. All right, here we go.
evening.
Commissioner.
All right, thank you. Good evening, counselors. The first grant provides 16 rectangular rapid flashing beacons, or RFBs, from the Massachusetts Department of Transportation through its Vulnerable Road Users Assessment Program. MassDOT will deliver the assemblies this spring, and they will be installed at 12 crosswalks across the city based on our RFB prioritization list developed by the Department of Public Works. While there is no cost to the city for the equipment, the city will fund installation and make any necessary accessibility improvements to comply with the ADA requirements. The second grant requests the acceptance of $378,505 from the Federal Community Connections Program, which is administered by the MPO. These funds will support the purchase of 67 bike racks, 2 bike shelters, and 12 additional RRFBs. The bike racks will be installed at parks, conservation areas, and City Hall, while the bike shelters will be placed at Newton North and Newton South High Schools. The additional RFBs will also be installed according to the city's prioritization list. Happy to answer any questions.
All right, before I acknowledge questions, I just want to welcome young Mr. Curley, who's here. I didn't see him in the very beginning, but young Mr. Curley is here joining us tonight. Little Curley, stop whacking your father, okay? I noticed that a little earlier. Take it easy on him. All right,
Thanks for sticking up for me.
Council Grossman, go right ahead.
Thank you. First of all, Mr. Curly, Sadie is so cute. I'm so happy to see her on here.
There she
Hi.
is.
Gosh.
Commissioner Sullivan, can you just share a little bit more detail about the data you used to develop the prioritization list? I know we've gotten increasingly thoughtful over the years about our prioritization of all of our various traffic calming projects, but I don't actually know what goes into the list that you created.
So we take community input and then we do site visits to determine if it's an appropriate location, that the sight lines are appropriate, that there aren't other traffic signals too close to the area, which would minimize the effect of the RFB. And
But
also
there's, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead. I
the
didn't mean to cut you
community
off.
location. If it's by schools, it gets a higher prioritization. If there's accident data that supports the need for this, it's a pretty comprehensive look.
Well, we don't necessarily have tools that capture pedestrian activity or like particular density in that area.
We have a fair idea of any type of pedestrian incident in the area and reports.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, again, this is both items if you have a question or a comment. Council Greenberg.
Thank you, Chair. Commissioner, I noticed that the locations for these RFBs are not the same as the traffic calming list priority. I'm just wondering why wouldn't some of these lighting systems be put in those traffic calming spots?
The traffic calming is much different. It's a much bigger type of project. We may include RFBs in the larger project, say for Adams Street with
Right.
these crosswalks, we would consider adding the RFBs. They wouldn't be on a separate list specific to RFB locations.
I see. And is each RFB already claimed, or can we add more suggestions to that list?
They're all claimed.
All
You
claimed.
can always add suggestions.
Okay.
We always apply for grant funding for the RFBs. I believe this is the second or third time that we've gotten the equipment for free.
Oh,
So-
in 1 year?
Each year it's open
Okay.
for application.
Between the two items, are we getting 24 of them?
26 actually.
26?
Great.
Oh, 28,
Okay.
sorry. Some of the intersections require more than one RFB for it to work because there's multiple crossing locations.
So it's
Okay.
possible to make suggestions for 2026 then?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? Council Maliki.
I am so excited by all these RRFBs. I know people in West Newton will be. I'm just curious, I noticed the last RRFB priority list that we got was, I think, July 2024. Is there another one for this year?
So I just sent out an updated one. It should be attached to your report. I'm not sure if you had a chance to look at your email.
Okay. Oh,
So
okay.
sorry. I was out of the office Friday.
I was looking at the list itself. Okay, great. I'm happy to move this if we're done. Or
Okay.
do we need to move them separately?
Yes, we
Yes.
need to vote on them separately, so.
Okay, well, I'm happy to move both.
If there are no other questions, so you're moving 257-25, Counselor?
Yes, yes.
Okay. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions? All right, that motion passes 6-0. And can we get a motion for 255-25?
Happy to move that one too.
Okay, so moved. All right, any other questions on that? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions? All right, motion passes 6-0. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
254-25, Her Honor the Mayor requesting the authorization to accept and expend a grant of $249,295 from Mass DOT Shared Streets and Spaces Program for the installation of 4 new stations, piloting winter operations and optimizing locations by relocating underperforming stations to higher priority locations. Jen, is this you?
Yes, this is me. Thank you.
Go ahead, go right ahead.
Thank you, counselors. As Counselor Gentile mentioned, we're here tonight to request approval for $249,295 in grant funding from MassDOT's Shared Streets and Spaces grant. This is the 5th of 5 grants we have received from the MassDOT Shared Streets and Spaces program. We will be installing 4 new stations, piloting winter operations. Normally, we shut down our stations in the winter. And we are looking at optimizing some of our existing station locations by relocating, mostly with small shifts, any underperforming stations to higher priority locations.
Okay. Questions? When you say you're piloting, are all of the stations staying open through the winter this year? All of them, or just pick a few?
That's our intention. We've been leaving the Boston College station open all winter, and ridership's pretty high at that station. They're mostly headed into Boston. So this winter, we're going to attempt to pilot leaving them all open. We'll make adjustments in the field, certainly, if we run into problems.
Okay. Anyone have a question on this item? Okay, again, it's more money for the city. Can I get a motion? It's not all at
I'll
once.
move it.
All right. Council Grossman has moved the item. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? All right, the motion passes 6-0. Last item, 258-25. Her Honor the Mayor requesting authorization to enter into a contract for the Greater Boston Bike Share System for a term of 5 years and an option to renew for 2 additional 2-year terms. Ms. Martin, is it you again?
Yes, it's me.
Go right ahead.
So we had a similar agreement in place for the last RFP with Lyft, who oversees Blue Bikes. We are one of 13 municipalities who are part of the Blue Bike system, which is managed by the Metropolitan Area Planning Council, MAPC. Each municipality individually contracts with Lyft. I'm pleased to say that after we submitted the docket item, we found out that Lyft is again our vendor for the next cycle. So we would again be partnering with Lyft. Given the investment that Lyft makes in equipment, they would like a longer contract. So this is similar to what we had in place before with the other contract.
Okay. So we've done this before with Lyft. We've done a 5-year contract in the past. Okay.
Yes.
Questions? Counselor Grossman.
Thank you. So just looking over the memo in the packet, it says we're asking the city council to approve a contract not to exceed 9 years total. Do you expect it to go that long, 9 years?
Yes. So if things are going well with Lyft, then we would contract with them for 5 years and then we would renew it twice.
Like 2-year extensions, basically?
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, 9 years, I'm glad to hear that it would be broken up in that way. It just, I feel like we've had a lot of ups and downs with our various bike share providers over the years that we've done it. So that struck me as, you know, a long time, although I definitely can see how the sort of value and efficacy of the system continues to grow as municipalities are partnering and working together on it. So you feel good and confident that there's a good solid 9-year runway with this provider and this agreement.
I do. And part of it is that we are one of 13 municipalities, and Boston, Somerville, Cambridge, others have much more of an investment than we do. I believe we're at 4 million rides a year as part of our system. So we've had a good partnership with Lyft. The equipment seems to work well. They're definitely interested in partnering with us for the remainder of the contract.
So 4 million rides a year that
On
touch
blue
Newton,
bikes.
or just 4
No.
million rides a year? Okay, I was gonna say that sounds like a very large number.
No,
For just
we
Newton,
have,
so
I believe we have about 13,000 rides in Newton.
okay.
We've had 8,000 rides so far since March.
So the rest of those municipalities get to 4 million.
Yes.
So it's obviously taken off quite a bit more heavily in the bigger cities.
Yes.
Interesting. Do we have any data about rides that originate in places like Boston or Somerville and Cambridge and end in Newton and then vice versa?
We do. I don't have that with me. It's with the introduction of e-bikes, it's pretty astounding how far people are traveling. About a third of our trips are now with e-bikes. So people are going well into Boston.
At some point, it would just be great to kind of have an updated refresh of the system, how it's operating in data. I don't need
Yeah,
it at
be
this
happy to share
moment to
that.
evaluate this, but just curious to see what the progress has been over the course of the last probably, I don't know how many years has it been since we've been doing this, 6 to 8?
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Happy to pull that together. We've been pulling together an annual report looking just exactly at that, where people are coming from and where they're going to.
Thank you.
All right, I share the at least concern about 9-year contracts to anybody. But it's clear in the docket item that the first term is 5 years, and then there are options for the, as you said, Jen, but it is in the docket item, Counselor. For the two additional terms. I would
Yeah,
have
I see it
preferred
as I
this-
look now at the letter as opposed to the memo.
I would have preferred to see just a 5-year contract and then, you know, have everyone come back, because normally we're only supposed to go 3 years, so 5 years is pretty generous, but I don't think it's a big deal either one. I assume that if things aren't going well, they won't get either one of those extensions, so. Anyone else, Council Maliki?
Yeah, I just was curious how, the optional 2-year extensions, is that to be on a town by town, city by city basis if they want to renew for 2 years, or is it the MAPC gonna collectively somehow make a decision?
So far, we have been approaching it with from a united front with the MAPC. And even though we're individually contracting, everyone is on the same contract length. They must have gone through this process before when they first entered into their agreement with Lyft. And all the municipalities right now are working on having this reviewed by their boards and councils so that we are on the same schedule. Certainly, there is the option of Newton leaving it at some point.
Okay, but if some people wanted to sort of stay in and some people didn't, each could do their own thing?
I assume so, but then we need to either abandon our equipment or find another, like do another RFP on our own to have another vendor to
Mhm.
service our equipment.
Okay. Okay, thank you. I also just wanted to mention, I don't think I see her on camera, but Counselor Bixby seems to be here, so I think all our, if she's actually here, our 6-0 votes could be 7-0 votes.
No, because Council Mickley isn't here and
Oh, he's-
Councilor Lipoff just joined us. So we only, all the votes we've taken to this
Okay,
point is
all
6-0.
right, just checking.
Well, that's
Thank
what
you.
the vice chair is supposed to do, keep an eye on the chair in case he messes up. I appreciate it. All right. Any other questions on this? Rick, congratulations. You got in just under the wire, so you'll get points for attendance tonight, and you can actually vote on docket item 258-25 if you would like to vote on that. All right, no other questions. Can I have a motion to approve the item, please?
So moved.
So moved by Counselor Grossman. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Opposed, abstentions? Okay, I believe with Council Lipoff, we have a vote of 7-0. All right, that concludes work for this evening. Thank you all for getting here on time and enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a good night.
Good night.
Thank
Night.
you.